Hey guys, welcome back. This is Donna Sharp with your live update for day 517. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I pray that you had a fabulous day today. You have come through a point over 2.5 months to 3 months, regrouping your mind, regrouping your life. And I am just really making sure that a lot of you are actually you've used your time wisely, and you're just allowing this a time for refreshing and preparing yourself for a whole new season. So this evening, what I'm going to be speaking on, as I mentioned, we're winding down. We're almost finished. So tonight, I'm speaking from the book, How to Create Strong Families, and I've been focusing specifically on children and how you pour into your children to get them to understand some of the basics of life so that when they get older, they'll know exactly what it is that they need to do. So we spoke on different chores, activities, different consistent activities that you guys can all do together so that when your children are moving ahead as they're getting older, they can look back and say, here's what I've learned from that. This is what we actually did. This is how it made me feel. And when you hear those verbiage coming from them, you know that it had some form of impact based on whatever it is you were working on. And we talked about several different things. All right. So tonight I'm going to speak with you guys on communication and marriage. As you know, communication is just vital in anything that we do. Communication is great from sibling to sibling, from friends to family, from family to family, and I can just go on. It takes place also in the workforce. You have individuals who sometimes don't even know how to address a serious topic with their boss because they're in fear of retaliation or not understanding how their boss is going to receive the information that they're sharing. So as you can see, communication goes very, very far. All right, now we're going to speak about communication and marriage, and I'm just going to explain it to you directly from their book. I'm not going to deviate from it this evening so you can actually hear what their suggestions are. All right. So what they say here is that as divorce rates grow and marriages seem far so many to represent less and less of a commitment, as well, we all get busier, seems to have less and less time. There's a great need for traditions and habits that improves and protects communication and preserves excitement and romance between married partners. All right. Now they mentioned the key thing here. If you heard what I just said, a lot of times when individuals are in the workforce, they're working all the time, so they never make time for their own spouse. Okay, so what happens is the communication ultimately breaks down because no one's communicating, everyone's doing their own thing, everyone's going their separate ways, and the relationship that needs to foster, to strengthen, is not taking place. And as you know, the more individuals see each other and speak with each other and learn things about each other, then it makes a big impact as to how their relationship will move forward. Because now when something takes place, they can easily say, you know what, I understand why this broke down took place. We spoke about this last week, or this is happening and man, it's just on point every single time. And the reason why is ... Okay, so you're going to have a takeaway from the relationship and the activities that you did based on exactly what you place effort into, if that makes any sense, right? So the same kinds of things that helped you to fall in love will also help you to stay in love. Courtship doesn't have to end a marriage. Start a tradition of choosing one night of the week for a date. Go out, just the two of you, and do things you like to do together and talk. Try not to schedule anything else or let other things interfere. And when something unavoidably does come up, reschedule your date to another night. All right. So this is a story I'm going to share by Richard. And Richard is the spouse of this family. When I share the stories from this book, you probably know by now that I will just explain what their age is and the story that they're telling. It was interesting because just a couple nights ago, I shared a story told by a 7-year-old. And the way that she spelled the words in the book, it was just how she heard it. It was nothing to do with any kind of grammar or spelling. It was just so amazing to see. So back when we were newlyweds and graduate students, we attended a church where one Sunday A respected religious leader got us to make a commitment we've tried to keep ever since. The man from the podium, in the midst of a sermon he was given, suddenly said that he had decided to take his wife out on a date once a week and felt that it was such a good idea that he wondered who among the married people in the congregation would make the same commitment. By a show of hands. Then he just stood there silently with his hands raised and waited for us to raise our hands. After what seemed like 5 minutes of gradual hand raising, the pressure built as those who had raised their hands looked around at those who hadn't. Almost everyone signified they would. We don't know how many kept the commitment, but we expect that those who did have fared better in marriage than those who didn't. So, I am sure you can see how easily this can take place if you were to dedicate time once a week with your spouse. It's not time on the run. It has to be time scheduled, because you know very well that every single thing will get in a place of you actually accomplishing the goal that you set out to accomplish. So find that date night for your spouse. Find a place that you guys both enjoyed. Maybe it was something when you were courting. Go back and just see how it made you feel then, and you'll understand how it may make you feel now. And schedule it. Put yourself on a schedule. Just like you put yourself and your spouse on a schedule, you want to put your own self on a schedule, because you'll find that a lot more things will get accomplished. All right, so that's all I had for you this evening. Today was day 517. If you love what you heard, please hit the love button. Also, I'm going to encourage you to share it with someone else, because again, you don't want to tell them about it, because you're going to muddy it up and miss a point that I mentioned. So just share it with them. But besides that, log on to holisticwellbeing.com, and there you'll find out why I'm so passionate about what I do in the About section, because I love to talk to people about how to take care of their life by living a life of spiritual life, a life that they're improving their mind, adding all the proper nutrients to their body, and getting the physical workout that they need. All right, so I will see you guys back again here tomorrow. Thank you all so much for your support. And remember, just be safe, all right? Get some great rest and prepare your mind mentally for another day. Have a fantastic evening. Take care. Ciao.